Good morning, everybody. It's time for morning manna, and this morning, I'ma head out. I'ma head out. How about everybody this morning? I hope you had a wonderful Resurrection Sunday, an outstanding holiday weekend. I hope you were with friends and family, good food, good fellowship, good worship, souls saved, lives changed, hearts encouraged. I certainly hope that's what your experience was this past weekend. Yes, it's Tuesday, it's not Monday. And I took Monday off. I took Monday off, and if you can't hear it, got a still a little scratchy throat going on here. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm here. I'm here, and I want to share this morning's manner with you on this morning. I'm a head out. I'm a head out. Uh, if I could quote SpongeBob, I'm a head out. It's all about the Emmaus Road experience. But before we get to that, I want to greet some folk, and then we're going to get right into the word on this morning. Tell me, how was your Resurrection Sunday? How was Easter for you? Put it in the chat area. Put it in the chat area. Good morning, Ella. How are you? Good morning, Ramona. How are you? You're second this morning. Good morning, Elder Jan. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Lenora. How are you? Brother Nesbitt, how are you doing on this morning? Yes, Patrice, how are you on this morning? Vicky, how are you? Vaughn, how are you on this morning? Carolyn, how are you? Laura, how are you? I'm looking for your sister there, Carolyn. Where is Brenda here on this morning? Good morning, Gerald. How are you? Samara, how are you on this morning? Brenda, how are you? There you are. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody on this morning? Tell me, put it in the chat area. How was your Easter? How was your time with family? How was your food? How was your meal? How was all of that? How was church? Was it good worship, good word? Was it all of that? Good morning, Elder Mobley. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Pastor Cook. How are you on this morning? Lydia, how are you doing on this morning? It's a wonderful morning. Gloria, how are you? Verena, how are you on this morning? Cynthia, how are you on this morning? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with me and sinuses this year. It's like been something different for real. Good morning, Lena. How are you on this morning? Jewel, how are you on this morning? Pamela, how you doing on this morning? Elder Jan, how are you? Yolanda, how are you? Tell me, y'all, how was your Easter? How was the weekend? What did you eat? What was you with family? Just let me know. Linda, how are you doing on this morning? Did you enjoy family, friends, and family on this morning? Or no, not this morning, but Easter. I'm sure I should say Easter. How was that whole thing? Good morning, Francine. How are you on this morning? Cynthia, how are you? Said Easter was awesome. The turnout at New Life was amazing. It really was. It really was. I don't know about that preacher. I don't know whether or not he got it. Not sure about that, but anyhow, you said it was a great word, so we'll go with that. On this morning, Verena says, Bishop, have you had your vocal cords checked? You know what? I'm not sure. I probably should. I don't know what they're gonna check for, but I'm telling you, I don't know what this deal is. It just seems like it just keeps coming back. I eat right, I exercise, I do all of those kinds of things, but what can I say? Just a distraction. Good morning, Joel. How are you on this morning? Vaughn, how are you? Said Joel, you said on time word, blast with the family, cherry on top to see my family. Always is. It always is. Brenda, so how was it? Worship was good. You sure did have visitors. I mean, Brenda, you went to work. You went to work. I think there was 3 or 4 people that you had invited. I just want to shout out to all of the life changers. Fawn, how are you on this morning? All of the life changers that we exceeded our goal. We exceeded our goal. We were well over 700 at the um, 10 o'clock and probably right about at 100 at the 8 o'clock. So we were well over our 700 goal. We were like 800 total, not including those online. It was just a powerful thing. It really was. Good morning, Carolyn. How are you? Beautiful message from Pastor Weatherall. Then dinner with grandparents. Okay, very good. Excellent. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here is what we're sharing on this morning. It is altogether to do with, I'm out of here. I'm I think I'm gonna leave now. That's what took place with the Emmaus Road. Here's the text to talk to take away. The text to talk to take away. And this is what it's saying here on this morning. It's the Emmaus Road. It's that exit ramp that they take. Luke 24:31. Then their eyes were open and they recognized him and he disappeared from their sight. What's the talk about the text? The text to talk to take away. Here's the talk. The two discouraged disciples were on the Emmaus Road, leaving Jerusalem and the trauma of the crucifixion that they had observed. They walked in disappointment, disillusionment, and doubt. They said, I'm headed out. This thing hasn't turned out the way I wanted it to, so we're headed out. I'm headed out. But then on that road, here's what took place. Jesus joins them. He's unrecognizable and begins to walk with them, not only physically, but spiritually. He takes them from the scriptures, from the Torah to the wisdom writers to the prophets. He explains to them all of the connections to the crucifixion of which they just said, I'm headed out from seeing. Notice how he didn't show himself at first, but he first showed them the word. He revealed all that they needed to see. Catch this. I want you to grab this. Their eyes weren't open until after they broke bread. A call back to the communion, a call back to the Seder, a call back to those spiritual things. Now, here's what I want you to grab. These three things. One, blind but burning. Blind but burning. Put it in the chat area. They didn't recognize him, but their hearts burned as they spoke with him. Sometimes God will light your fire before he lifts your fog. Let me say that again. Sometimes God will light your fire before he lifts your fog. Here's the second thing I want you to get. Walking with the word. Jesus was given an exposition of the scriptures as he walked. When we walk in the word walks with us. I want you to get that. When we walk in the word walks with us. Jesus gave them an exposition from the Torah all the way through to who he was in it. Here's the third thing. The third thing is this. Your exits can become your entrances. Your exits can become your interests. When you say, I'm out, I'm headed out, know this. The road that they took to leave Jerusalem became the road that they took that brought them into who Jesus was. So what's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this. When your eyes open to who Jesus really is, even in your most discouraged moment, your exit ramp becomes your entry point into purpose. Your exit ramp becomes your entry point into your purpose. Says, I'm headed out. That's right. When you are headed out from the Jerusalem of which you've seen the crucifixion, you're going to run right into the one who was crucified, raised on the third day to bring you out of all of the things that you may find yourself in. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Pray for me. Pray for me. Don't feel as bad as I may sound. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you.